What's going on, guys? FCB TV here on the match preview against Millwall at the Den in the Emirates FA Cup round 3 tomorrow afternoon. I'm really looking forward to this game. I feel like we could actually get a good cup run going on at the moment, and it makes you really think. At the moment we are 9th in the table, 25 points, 10 points from relegation. Can we maybe take a little bit of an eye off of the league? We look quite comfortable at the moment. With about halfway through the season, I feel like we'll be able to accumulate some of these points easily back up. I feel like we could actually go for a cup run this year, and I think it will be really good for the club. Even maybe get to Wembley at some point, but it won't be an easy task. First up, we got Millwall at the Den. Like I said, Millwall not an easy side despite being in League One. Can't take them underestimately. 9th place in the league, yeah, I thought they would be doing a bit better than before. They were really going for promotion last season, but unfortunately did not, and are really starting, if they're not careful, they will become those settlers of League One football and not getting back to the Championship. But yeah, like I said, Millwall not an easy side, very tough place to go to the Den. Not really 100% sure on the kind of strikers they have a threat, but I feel like if our defence isn't as good like we did against Arsenal, and we really slacked off in the last bit, Millwall could easily just counter us and control the whole game and easily take it. It really will be in perspective of what our second team is like. It really showed against Preston, a really poor performance in the Carling Cup, EFL Cup, or whatever you want to call it, where we did get knocked out in a really shock defeat. And if this happens again, if Eddie does put out a weakened lineup, which I am predicting, I really want them to go out and perform and show why they want to fight for their first team football. My lineup, I am predicting firstly we're going to go with Adam Federici in goal. I feel like he will be taking over Arthur Boric, getting out the league, and Eddie giving him a little role in the first team in cup games like he has been these last few seasons, like the one against Birmingham last season away at, I can't even remember what they're saying, St Andrews, I think it is. But yeah, that's the goalkeeper. In my defence, I've gone with Jordan Lee, if I do believe he's still at the club and he hasn't gone out on loan. I have checked and I couldn't really find anything, so I'm presuming Jordan Lee will start in tomorrow's game. Eddie likes to put a few youngsters in the first team and on the bench, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does start tomorrow's game. Centre-back roles, I'm going to go with Mark Wilson and Tyrone Mings. I'm thinking Eddie will play Tyrone at a centre-back role just to get him a bit more complacent with that role, because we do have a lot of left-backs, and having a spare centre-back will be quite good, and he has been on the bench quite recently in Premier League games, and he has not really got an appearance due to the great form of Nathan Ake and Steve Cook. As for Mark Wilson, just an old Premier League starter, has played in our EFL Cup games against Morecambe, getting a goal as well, his first goal for the club. Going into the other right back spot, I think, was it Jordan Lee? This is what I'm going to completely forget. It's Brad Smith I'm going to go with, and he's not really the first team player. Does come on occasionally for subs. Did play against Arsenal, but didn't get that much playing time. But I do think he will get some playing time against Millwall to get his match sharpness back up for even some contentions for Premier League football. Going with the wingers, I'm going to go with out of form Jordan Ibe on the left. I feel like this is the time he needs to start proving himself now. This could be the last chance now for Jordan Ibe. If you don't perform against Millwall, you're not going to be good enough for Premier League football. And with the right mid spot, we're going to go with the brilliant man from Hereford, who we did bring in, Mark Pugh. The number 7, the legend for the club. I feel like he will get the run out. Was debating whether Jordan Ibe or Mark Pugh would go on the left or right, but I weren't 100% sure when it came to the time. But I'm settling Mark Pugh to be on the right midfield. For the two centre mids, I'm going to go with Dan Gosling and Merzen Hyndman. Merzen Hyndman not even really been playing quite recently in league games, but I feel like he will start to get his first league appearance for quite a while. Whilst Dan Gosling, it could actually be a little debate between Dan Gosling and Andrew Sermon due to Andrew Sermon's lack of first team football. Starting on the bench, is Dan Gosling a first team player now for the Premier League game? Who knows? Going with 4-4-1-1. We're going to go in the centre forward of the recently extinct man of Lewis Graben. Has not really appeared in Premier League games this season. I feel like he will be a great little asset up front, but if he plays like he did against Preston North End, he's out of there. Maybe with a phobia on the bench, I'm not sure if his African Cup of Nations to come back through, saying that he's cleared to play. I'm not 100% sure on that yet. But with our up front solo striker, we're going to go Elise Musette from Le Havre. Complaining, maybe not. We're not really sure actually. Complaining whether or not he's not getting that much first team football, but now's his chance. If you're going to prove yourself for the first team football in the Premier League, now's your chance, Elise. Get us a few goals tomorrow, and you'll get yourself a first team lineup position, and will challenge the likes of Callum Wilson, Bellic and Josh King. That's my lineup for tomorrow's game. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win for Bournemouth at the Den. What do you think? I've been Matt from AFC TV. If you want to watch more ball play content, subscribe down to the channel. I've been Matt, and I'm out.